Hey, I'm Sour and I make videos with hardstyle production while pretending this doesn't hurt my actual hardstyle production. And would you believe that in the last 2 years I've not shown you a single melody on this channel without Pitchbends? I wouldn't because I'm crazy forgetful, but this technique is so influential that it might as well be considered true. This technique is great to get the most out of your melodies in both euphoric and raw. And there are quite a few different techniques and different strategies, and today I want to make sure that you know everything that matters about them. Also, if you'd like to join a community full of passionate hardstyle peeps like yourself, make sure to watch this video till the end, where I tell you exactly where in the description you can find the link to join. Let's begin the video. This might be the most obvious and tedious way to make pitchbends, but this technique does have some advantages other techniques lack. This might be the best way to do the big dramatic pitchbends, and they are almost another way to add more punch to certain notes of your melody. To set this up, the first step would be making a melody. With either long notes or a melody where you have a short note with a little bit of rest behind it. You can't just add these willy-nilly and hope they'll save the day like some kind of musical theory Viagra. So just make sure that your melody actually works, and then decide what notes could use some punchy emphasis or a dramatic stop. Then go to your first lead synth. Set the range to 1 or 2 octaves. Whatever you pick is up to you, but make sure you use the same range on every single lead. Otherwise they will work together like FL and Ableton users in a collab. AKA not very well. Loop a manageable part and automate the pitchbends from one of your leads. For making the actual bends, I like to round the automations off. Call me old-fashioned, but I do like me some curves, as long as they're tastefully applied. Once you made the curves where you like, you can link up all of the other sounds to the same automation. Just wiggle the knob, transform a nipple, link to controller and find your pitchbend. Don't ever resolve conflict, as it is a very quick way to lose your fucking mind and it should be synced. Now why would you use these and where would you use these? These are by far the best option when you want to do a build-up, because you have a lot of control over the curve and there is practically no limit on how slow it builds or drops. But in melodies they also work great if you need a more dramatic pitchbend. Think about Colors by Headhunters for example. Those pitchbends are quite the statement, and because of their more extreme nature, this is the perfect use of automated pitchbends. However, if you want to add a little bit of emotion by drawing emphasis to certain notes, this will easily ruin your day. Do you want a hardstyle melody pack but have a difficult time sharing those melodies with the rest of the fucking world? Do you like to have epic melodies but struggle making them on your own? Do you need to get inspired by some fresh melodies? Or do you like the word premium but dislike monthly subscriptions? Then you, my friendliest friend, are just clicks away from my semi-exclusive hardstyle melody packs. I can smell your question. How do I know if it will fit my style? Don't you worry, my muscular man. I got the euphoric and raw pack and they are all quite diverse, so I can almost guarantee there will be some fitting bangers for your songs. These packs have a hard limit on only 50 copies to make sure your favorite melodies do not get overused. I know 50 sounds like a lot, but remember I know exactly what kind of producer y'all are. You handsome homo sapiens start around 50 projects a week and only finish 1 or 2 of them, so the math checks out. I have not even told you the best part of this pack yet. Okay, best is a relative term, but by getting these packs not only will you enrich your own library, but you will also be supporting a small independent video creator make more videos for y'all to see. Back to the video. Now what if you want pitchbends but you don't want them to be all big and dramatic like one of my self promos? I would highly recommend using note triggers. For this, the setup is a little easier. Just enable the mono legato in your synth of choice and set the portamento time to something you like. This is my favorite way of making pitchbends as it allows a lot of flexibility. You can start the notes like this by delaying the actual note a tiny bit and then adding a short note to initiate the pitchbend. And by playing with the interval, that's fancy speak for vertical distance between 2 notes, you can get stronger or more subtle bends depending on your needs. Now the reason why you want to delay the actual note is because your DAW is fucking stupid and it doesn't really know what note is the actual note. And this way you make sure that the DAW knows where to start your actual pitch bend. Otherwise it can kind of flip flop and just sound weird. You can also blend notes together by making them overlap. This not only makes the transition way smoother, it also alters the rhythm and flow of the melody, which when used tastefully can really add another level of depth to your melody. There is even another way of making use of this. If you make very short notes, you can pretty much force the tremolo out of this by making your notes look like... Honestly, I'm not sure what the fuck this looks like. Now that you have all the useless information on how to make the actual pitch bends, it might be wise to complete your training and tell you how and where you can apply these. The reason why I have made so few melodies without is because pitch bends are one of the few ways we have to make our robotic way of making music feel a bit more human. I know this sounds like emotional euphoric jabber jabber, but even a raw synth sounds way better if at some notes it has a little bit of struggle before it gets to the right tone. Imperfections make your leads better. Just like I said, my zits made my face more special in high school. Where you'd add them is up to you, but for me I use the starter attack on the notes that really need more emphasis, and the glide notes I try to keep consistent from bar to bar so that rhythmically it all still makes sense. Now that you know the dry theory, it is time to get some practice in. Every melody is different and thus requires a different approach. The key, like in everything else in writing music, is closing your fucking eyes and listen and try to kind of melt into your music. The mind to MIDI connection really makes everything easier regarding melodies. And yes, that includes pitch bends. Would you like someone to tell you where you fucked up with your music, or would you like to ask questions about music production in a Discord server filled with enthusiastic people like yourself and join voice chats with them and me? Then join my Discord server, which is linked down below. Come say hi. If you would like some dedicated coaching, I do private one-to-one music production lessons where you can really take the time to look into your projects and your struggles to make sure you will learn this awesome craft as fast as you can. No topic is off limit and no question is left unanswered. Also, a bit of a side note, it's been awesome meeting all of you who already took lessons from me or are currently still taking lessons from me. Doing these lessons honestly became one of my favorite things about music, and that is because of you. Thank you for allowing me to do this. With that being said, it was a pleasure to be your host once again. Until we meet again. Stop breaking your love.